All right, sweetie, we're on.
I got a delay. There it is.
All right, let me know once you've accepted the tag, and we'll just wait a second.
I did.
Okay. All right, you guys that are just jumping on, we will be doing our 6 tips for fluffy people here in just a second. Just share into a few groups. And then we will get started. All right, it looks like we've got some people hopping on. All right, I'm gonna start the welcome to our Lazy Keto Kitchen show. And we do have leftovers from last night. Our Bill's version of keto egg fried rice was delicioso. And then he has a leftover cube steak, and I still have half of my salmon left. So that is what we're going to be eating for dinner tonight. But he wants to come back on, it's been a while, and do 6 tips for fluffy people. And he's gonna talk a little bit about the food, the choices.
Food, habits, and tools.
Food, habits, and tools. So if you guys are watching live, drop a 1 or write live. If you're watching the replay later, hashtag replay. If y'all get value from this, please share. Sharing is caring. And we did drop our new YouTube channel link at the top. So we are going to ask for all of you to subscribe, like, and hit the little bell so you get notified when we drop new videos. So this is really exciting for us because we're going to go further than just Keto Kitchens, guys. What are we going to do, honey? We're going to kind of open up our lives to
We're going to document a few more other things in our life. You know, things that we're doing, and you know, you guys know that I buy storage units. You know that I go out picking and buy antiques and then resell them and stuff like that. So we're going to document a little bit more of our life and our tiny house adventure and you know, all those fun things that we do that you guys don't normally get to see what we do. So it'll give you a little bit more insight on our challenges in our life, because you guys have challenges, and you know, part of this journey for me is sharing my journey because I know it helps a lot of people. So, and that's the reason I feel like it's okay for me to come in and give these tips, because I am a fluffy guy that is lost, I think 92 pounds now.
Yeah, last time you weighed yourself, it was 92 pounds.
Right, so 92 pounds, and I'm continuing on my journey. So that is what we're gonna do.
All right, so what's tip number 1, honey?
So let's talk about food. When I say we're gonna do 6 tips, this is gonna be kind of broken down in 3 categories: food, habits, and tools. So let's talk about food. You know, we all know that if you're fluffy, you didn't get that way overnight. You had some bad habits. And what those bad habits came down to was the food that you were choosing. So how did I personally kick a lot of my habits? I had to kind of go to the extreme for me, and I had to make it as like bad. I had to look at food as bad, better, and best. So I had to think of something that I thought was horrible, something that I wouldn't want on my body, or in this case, food would be in my body, but something that I wouldn't want to touch, okay? Now, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this because...
Uh-oh.
So what I started doing in my head to picture something really, really bad that I shouldn't want, I started with thinking at it like dating, okay? So I said to myself, okay, so really bad stuff like candy and potato chips and, you know, all my favorite things that always called my name whenever I walked in the Circle K, donuts and things like that. I started thinking about those as the girl on the street corner. Those were bad. Those were things that I did not want to touch me, okay? Those were, you know, so now when I would have to picture it, when I walked in the Circle K, all those sweets calling my name, and I'm thinking, oh man, that girl's on the street corner. She's on the street corner. I don't want her. I don't want to touch that. So then I had to think of, okay, something better. Okay, so for me, better, if I was single, I would think better would be maybe I met the girl online. Maybe I met her at a bar. So that would be better than the street corner. Okay, so that what would be a really bad food, or what would be a really bad something that you could, I mean, what is the grossest thing you could think of that you could put on bad? Basically what it comes down to. So you have to think of something, the grossest thing you could think of that you don't want to have anything to do with, and then you got to picture everything bad is that. Okay, and then better would be a step up from that, and then best would be like somebody introduced her to you, or you met her at church, or you know, something like that. That would be the best, you know. Is
anybody going, where in the world did this fluffy guy get this analogy? Well, all right, I'm loving it. It's good. It's fine. You gotta
think. You gotta think of things the way that it's going to work best for you. So if you can make it as bad as you can possibly make it, so your Oreos are something you don't want to touch anymore because it, you know, is calling your name.
Heather Gravely said, I just got on and hear Boss Bill talking about meeting a girl on the street corner. Okay, his analogy, guys.
That's my analogy on my food, and that's how I look at food now. I look at food as, okay, when I walk in the Circle K, those Reese cups, I know they taste delicious, but man, they're bad. I don't want that. You know, that's something that I don't want in my body, okay? The second thing when it comes to food, and I have run into this personally quite a few times now on this journey, and that is you have to read the labels every single time.
Oh my, you know, I had no idea he was going to use this analogy. So the street corner girls are Oreos.
Yes, they're Reese's, they're Oreos, they're donuts. Those are something you don't want. So one thing that
Oh, Devin just said, oh, Dick. I know, Devin, I'm not, okay, keep going.
You never know what's going to come out of my mouth, that's for sure. So one thing that I found with food is, even though you bought something that was keto once, you need to read the labels every single time, because I swear they started off as really good keto, but then they start adding in stuff to make it cheaper for them. And a lot of people think, oh, I bought this Mazzetta's and it was really low carb. Well, then I went back 2 months later and I went to buy Mazzetta's, and all of a sudden it had like 4 extra carbs in it. So you really have to, every time you buy it, you have to look at it. Just, that's a tip that I can't, I mean, I have to do it every single time because they're sneaky. They're really sneaky. All right, what is a habit? A habit is the fact that when I was fluffy, every time I walked into a Circle K, those donuts jumped in my hand. And you know, that was just a habit. It was something normal. It was something routine. And sometimes when you're fluffy, you don't even know you did it. You don't even know how you got those 15 bags of potato chips at your house. They just showed up. Well, actually, they jump in your grocery cart and then you bought them. But it just happens.
Just like when you used to hide the Oreos in Logan's cereal box.
Right.
So I wouldn't know that you were eating them.
Exactly. You do things like that because you feel like you need it, but you really don't. So to break a habit, they say it takes 21 days of changing your routine and doing other stuff to break a habit. I personally think you need to do something different every day to continue breaking that habit, because even though I've been on this journey for over a year, I can easily slip into bad habits again. And I know a lot of you that are on that journey, it happens. I mean, it just does. And one of the biggest problems us fluffy feet people have is the bad habit of quitting on ourselves. I have done it my entire life. I've quit on myself. I've started something and I quit. I've started something and I quit. I started something and I quit. I started something and it's working good. And then 3 months later, I quit. That's a habit. It's something that we do to ourselves, and we just have to find a way to continually stay consistent.
And Heather said, my habit is creamy pasta. I need to break up with that street corner girl.
You do. I'm telling you
Seriously,
what.
hashtag truth.
If you think the street corner girl is the grossest thing you can think of, so every time you look at that pasta, that's that corner girl. So go ahead and eat it.
Honey, that would come across the wrong way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
This is definitely a rated R version by
This is
accident.
rated R, sorry.
Totally by accident, guys.
All right.
I'm gonna have him rehearse from now on, so I can totally change the direction of the conversation. Go ahead, honey. Go ahead.
Okay.
Can't get any worse.
No, you can't get any worse. This is bad tonight. All right. Tools. For me personally, it was simple. For me, Andrea put me into a support group. I found some people in that support group that I connected with. I found that it was easy to talk to them when I was having problems. So that is a huge tool for me personally. The other thing that Andrea did for me was she gave me Magic Kool-Aid. I didn't argue with her for those first 3 months because I was just happy my wife was making me a drink. I had no idea it was actually helping me, but it did help me, and that's a tool that I use, and that's in my tool belt. A couple other things that are in my tool belt that makes my journey easier is my Instapot. That's a great tool to make my life easier. My air fryer is a great tool to makes my journey easier because it makes cooking the food easier, so it makes my life easier. And my wife just ordered me this, or us. She ordered it for me to cook in, but her because she likes to collect gadgets. But she ordered me a
Waffle maker.
Well, she got me a waffle maker because she wants me to jump on that Shuffle wagon.
The Shuffle train.
But she also ordered me a
Pampered Chef.
Chef pitcher cook thing. Where
it's not a pitcher. It's a deluxe cooking blender.
It's a deluxe cooking blender.
And you can actually, you can make soup in it. Like the soup cooks inside the blender.
That's what she's telling me. So I can make soup. I can make peanut butter. I can make
fresh almond milk.
You
can make healthy jams with strawberries or blueberries.
I can make some jams. You know, Fat Bud loves some jams.
You can make ice creams and smoothies.
Ice creams and smoothies. Who doesn't like that? So these are just tools that helps our journey. So that, because we all know that when it's hard, we slip back into that habit of quitting on ourselves. And we have seen it for this last year and a half. We have had a lot of followers who have stuck with us and have lost 60, 70, 80 pounds. And we've had a lot of followers that have fallen into that bad habit of quitting on themselves. And then I'm seeing pictures of them at the hospital. I'm seeing pictures of them saying how tired they are and they hurt and all these things. And it makes me sad, but I can't break that habit for them.
Their bodies ache.
They have to break it for themselves. So those are my tips tonight. Don't pick up Oreos, because that's the street corner girl. Don't do it. pick up some fruit. That would be the girl you met online. And if you're really good and you really want to be strict, eat some fresh broccoli. That would be a girl you met at church. So.
You guys, I think you just compared me to broccoli. You just compared me to broccoli.
Oh, Lord.
Hashtag broccoli. I still love you. This is getting so bad.
I'm digging a deeper hole, man.
I still love you. I'm trying not to be on camera because I literally went in the pool and so I'm still wet and soppy. But anywho, yeah, I guess I'm hashtag broccoli. All right, if you love me, drop a broccoli below.
Oh, man, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't think of it like that. But it's still better than a street corner.
Well, heck yes. Yes. Okay, guys. Lord help us. Are we going to put this one on the YouTube channel? I don't know.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
We definitely are.
Okay.
And,
wait till you see us documenting real life.
yeah,
I'm a little scared because I'm not a morning person.
Yeah, no, I'm not filming her in the morning. I can tell you all that. But one thing I will tell you, she never knows what's going to come out of my mouth, and neither do I.
It's pretty scary, guys. It's pretty scary.
I get in trouble a lot. Let's just put it that way. And she wants to document her life so that she can document me getting in trouble.
Right?
And one last tip when it comes to food: if it's made in a factory, it's probably the girl in the street corner. Just say.
Let's stay pure and true to our upbringing and our religious values.
Yes, right.
That's what he was trying to come around to it.
Yeah.
We're circling all the way through. Okay, guys. All right, we love you. We appreciate you.
I love broccoli.
Oh, and I don't know about these 6 tips. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
You guys have a great night.
Bye.